But we want to just kind of dive in and kind of just get the ball rolling in terms of, who was Kobe Bryant to you guys. I know me and Dre are a little bit older, but like, yeah, y'all know how we do these conversations. It's really, whoever decides to speak. But who was Kobe Bryant to you guys? I know what he was to me and Dre, and we'll kind of tap into that a little later. But we want to hear from you guys and just get a better sense of who was Kobe Bryant to you guys.
Before LeBron and everything, when I came up in the house, cause my brothers and my dad was Laker fans, so like Kobe was that dude. Like, so when I grew up, like I always used to watch Kobe like shooting the basketball in the trash can, like saying Kobe since like first grade. I almost was like it's second nature now. I be throwing stuff away, say Kobe, then I catch myself and I'm like, dang. On the court, like, yeah, he was just that dude. He was like, from the time he started, even when the Lakers was losing about everything, Kobe was still that man on the court. So, like, yeah.
When I was actually I was born in Chicago, so all my mom's side of the family are big MJ fans, big Bulls fans, and whatnot. But I know Kobe, the very first basketball I watched to learn how to shoot, and I still have it saved to this day. The video was recorded, I think, back in 2011. He went to this camp. He was teaching people how to shoot, and he actually came out with a disc for it, and I still actually have the disc, but it's back home. But he was the first person I learned how to shoot from, and then listening to like his story about how like people think Mamba mentality means ball hogging, and nah, man, it's just really about hard work and dedication. Like, you got to go onto the court knowing that you have to give it your all because it's not going to be handed to you. And then that transition, over from not just the court, but to real life, you got to work hard for anything you want because it's not just going to be handed to you. That's me.
I would want to ask you guys is how do y'all feel like, when it comes to like remembering lives and like looking at someone's entire narrative, like how important do y'all think it is to actually highlight, some of the negativity that surrounded them? Like, do y'all think that's important? Or like when people pass, do you feel like you should just let that go? Like, talk to me about how y'all feel we should, think about things in a negative light when people pass.
The way I feel about it is just, I feel as though like the word pass has gotten like a negative rep since, I don't know, like 2015. I'm gonna just say 2015. Like, ever since then, it's always been like your past is something bad. Your past is something you have to hide from. Your past is something that you have to run from. Your past is something that you have to forget. And what people don't realize is when it comes to celebrities and people who are, broadcast all over social media and all over the internet and on TV, we don't get to see their transparency in their personalized aspect of how they are as an individual, not just as the celebrity that they post and you see on TV and these social media platforms. Like, your mistakes is what makes you relatable, and that's how these famous people, why they're so transparent most of the time, and they let you into their lives, and you see these bad aspects of like Lil' Kim. Like, Lil' Kim ain't been one to keep it quiet about what she got going on, and you can see on the aspect of being like social and out and on the BET Awards and so on and so forth, like she has a lot of dirt on her name and everybody knows about it and it's out, and that makes her relatable, and that's why people rock with her so hard.
I feel like, because I remember when I was growing up also, I didn't mention it in my introduction to Kobe because I don't really connect it to him, but I remember when the rape case was going on and people was talking about, Kobe gonna pee on you just like R. Kelly and all that other stuff. I remember all those jokes, but to see him not only battle through it, but also like work past it to the point to where that's not something that coincides with his legacy or coincides with his name, because also to go on to grieving, like everybody else was saying, he does have a grieving family. He has 2 more grieving daughters. He has an infant that won't know her dad and will only hear about her dad, and I just found it weird to see how everybody also brings up everyone's mistakes before they bring up their accomplishments. Like, someone's mistakes shouldn't illegitimize their accomplishments, Of course, you always got to connect what somebody's done to the person, because as soon as you forget that somebody's did something, they're inclined to do it again and with the climate that we're in today, especially with rape allegations and everything in the Me Too movement and women actually taking that power back. So I understand why that conversation was a lot stronger when he died, but I'm one of those people who feels like, especially if someone has done copious amounts of things to pay back the mistakes that they made, their mistakes shouldn't still be held over their head. You know, because everyone makes mistakes. Like he was saying, like celebrities, they basically make the decision to have their entire life on broadcast. And just imagine, like, if you went down the street, put your hand on a random person's shoulder and decided to broadcast their life from that point on, you would see so many different sides of people. You know, it's all about forgiveness. And with cancel culture and the climate that we're in today, people forget that people make mistakes and grow, and that people's mistakes aren't who they are. Like, people make mistakes and then learn from them. People always forget about the second part in this climate and the cancel culture and stuff that we're in.
I wanted to kind of get you guys' take on seeing Kobe in a vulnerable state. If you got a chance to watch the video, like, can y'all talk about that? Because that's something that's not really portrayed in the media. I think after his death, that's something that people highlighted, that he was very human. So can anyone speak on that video and like how that made them feel?
To me, it made me feel like I understand how it is, because it's like it made me connect with him more, knowing that like I understand, like seeing him at a low point when all he's doing is just trying to work hard, and it's like nobody is like really on his side and whatnot, and everybody's like down in him. And it's like it basically shows, like it's basically showing the people like it don't matter how wealthy he is or how high your fame and fortune is, like he's still human.
As far as me and what I want my legacy to be known as, like now, like even though that I'm still like young, I make sure that everything that I do and everything that I put my time and interest into, I always like give it my 110%. Like I speak everything into existence. If I say I'm going to do something, like everybody knows, no matter like how long it's going to take me, what pace I'm at, or anything, it's going to be accomplished. And I just want to be known like throughout whatever I do in life, because I do have dreams and goals and aspirations right now, but I don't know like if it's actually going to like happen. But I do know that I'm going to like go in full force, and I'm going to like work for it. But I just want to be like, no matter like if it's today, tomorrow, or 10 years, I just want to be forever known as a successful go-getter, and like a person that's always been headstrong, and a person that's always been like in the prime of being successful in like actually doing and achieving what I said that I wanted to do.
As far as my legacy, always growing up, I did like everybody had their job, you know. When you're young, it's like, okay, they're making money, that's cool, I want to make money too. So you grow up like, okay, you want a job that you know is gonna make you bank and you're gonna get paid, so on and so forth. And for me, like I never picked out like what that was for me. Like I never knew what my talent was. Like I had friends who were like, oh, I want to be an accountant, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, oh, I want to be a professional singer, oh, I want to be a rapper, and so on and so forth. And I didn't know what I wanted to be. And like I think I got an idea of it like my freshman year of high school, and I was sitting there and I was just like, what drives me, like what wakes me up, what's my dream? Because people take their dream and they put a dollar sign beside it, and that's where you mess up at your first exact moment. That's exactly how you take your dream and you turn it into work, and that's not what you want it to be. Like I don't marginalize my dream because I know that there's so many different ways it can fall, because like I want to work with people. Like that's always been my thing. Like I like helping people, I like being around people. Like if I can do anything to assist you in any type of way, to help you get through anything, to have like for you to have peace at night, like I want to do that, because I've had people do that for me. Like there's been times where I've been in like really dark places and I like felt alone, you know. I had people pull me out of those situations and, you know, had me critically think about it and look a different way instead of backwards. So when it comes to me leaving my mark and what people are gonna know me as, just as somebody who, helped. That's what I want. Like, I want people to think about me and be like, dang, that dude, like, he really helped me out. And that's all I want. Like, if I can do that, I would be completely happy, 100%.